The day HOA Karen forged my property deed was the day her pathetic little empire of terror finally collapsed. I never asked for this fight. I just wanted to grow tomatoes in peace. It started on a quiet morning in Willow Creek, USA. I was tightening the last panel on my greenhouse when those angry heels clacked up my driveway. There she stood, Karen Aldridge, president of the Willow Creek HOA, 280 pounds of pure entitlement stuffed into a loud pink power suit. Her clipboard held like a weapon of mass irritation. "You cannot build that eyesore on our property," she snapped. I wiped sweat from my brow and smiled thinly. "Morning to you too, Karen. My property isn't in your HOA, we've been over this." She blinked hard, like facts physically hurt her. "Every home in Willow Creek answers to me. This violates Article 37. I leaned against the frame. "Line ends at the storm drain, Karen. My lot was never annexed." Her nostrils flared like a bull ready to charge. "You'll regret this." She stormed off, muttering about lawless peasants ruining the neighborhood aesthetic. I went back to my seedlings. Little did I know I just poked the queen of petty tyrants. 2 days later, police lights flashed across my greenhouse panels. Karen stood there with a deputy, arms crossed in victory. "Officer, arrest him for building without permission on HOA land," she demanded. The deputy checked my ID and sighed deeply. "Ma'am, this parcel is county land. Your HOA rules don't apply here at all." Karen's face turned beet red. "But, ugly, it's destroying property values. Greenhouses are legal, ma'am," the deputy said flatly. "Stop wasting our time with civil nonsense or we'll have a different conversation." She spun around and waddled back to her Lexus in defeat. I almost felt bad for her. That night, the complaints started rolling in like clockwork. Anonymous calls about illegal wiring, flood risks from my monstrosity, even noise violations from plants growing. I knew who the anonymous source was. The code enforcement officer arrived in the pouring rain. He inspected my untouched generator and new greenhouse. "Nothing here violates code," he said, "but you've got 7 complaints in 4 days. That's unusual." I handed him my security footage. Karen had been circling my property like a shark in business casual. He shook his head. "Keep filming everything. Harassment." Then came the certified letter. A violation notice addressed to Gregory H. Field at my exact address. "Nice try, Karen." I drove straight to county records. The clerk found the bombshell. Karen had filed a forged amendment trying to force my land into the HOA. My signature faked. Notary stamp stolen from some lady in Nevada. That's when I stopped being polite. I filed felony fraud charges that same hour. The detective didn't waste time. Attempted property theft through forged documents. This is serious. Karen doubled down like the delusional tyrant she was. Landscapers suddenly appeared to install HOA-compliant sod and fencing on my land. I shut it down immediately. "Get off my property." The sheriff's deputy arrived fast. "You've been lied to. Boys, pack it up." Karen was escalating from annoying to criminal, and she was about to get buried. The raid happened on a Thursday morning. Multiple county vehicles rolled up to her house. Detectives went in. They carried out boxes of files, altered maps, fake signatures, forged approvals dating back years. Turns out Karen wasn't just targeting me. She'd been running a one-woman fraud operation, collecting fines from fringe properties, almost $70,000 in dirty money. The charges were brutal: wire fraud, mail fraud, falsifying public records, and racketeering. Yes, actual RICO charges for an HOA Karen. The neighborhood exploded with stories. People who'd suffered in silence for years finally spoke up. Fines for the wrong paint color, threats over lawn height. She turned community standards into her personal cash machine. At the emergency HOA meeting, the hall was packed. I stood up and kept it simple. I just wanted to grow some tomatoes, I said. But when a clipboard queen tries to steal your land with lies and forgeries, you don't roll over. You document everything and let the law do its job. The room went dead silent. Then the applause started. Slow at first, then strong and real. People came up afterward asking for exemption forms, asking how to push back. Karen's house went on the market within days. She fled before trial. A for sale sign replaced her precious clipboard patrols. The new board issued apologies and settlements. The county launched statewide HOA audits. Dozens failed. Real change started happening. Not from some hero speech, but from one regular guy who refused to let a power-tripping Karen rewrite reality. My greenhouse is now overflowing with tomatoes. Cucumbers climbing the trellis. Neighbors stop by for gardening tips and coffee. The street feels different.
Lighter. Freer.
No more fear of the next violation notice. Sometimes I sit on my porch at dusk with a cold beer, looking at where Karen used to rule from. Her old house has a new family now. Kids playing without worrying about aesthetic violations. And I smile, because here's the truth. The Karens of the world thrive on fear and silence. But once you shine a light on their little scams, once you refuse to bow, their power evaporates like morning dew on hot pavement. I didn't set out to topple an empire. I just wanted fresh tomatoes. And in the end, I got both, along with the satisfaction of watching justice serve itself ice cold, with a side of karma.